I manage a 12-unit apartment building downtown. It's old. It's quiet. It pays the bills. 3 months ago, I inherited it from my uncle. That's when I found the file for room 7. The tenant's name is Michael Brennan. He's been paying rent every single month since 1987. Nobody has ever seen Michael Brennan. Not the previous manager, not the tenants, not even my uncle, who owned the building for 30 years. But every month, on the 1st, an envelope appears under the office door. Exact cash, exact amount, no return address. The lease is dated 1987, rent controlled at $18.50 a month, no emergency contact, no employer. The signature just says M. Brennan. It appears 3 different times. Each one looks like it was written by a different hand. Last week I finally knocked. 3 in the afternoon, middle of the workday. I stood there listening. No TV, no movement, nothing. When I knocked, I heard the sound of someone standing up from a chair. I announced myself. Routine check. Footsteps followed. Not toward the door, away from it, then slow breathing, close enough that I could hear the moisture in it, right on the other side of the door. My uncle kept perfect maintenance records. In 38 years, room 7 requested repairs once. He wrote, tenant slid request under door, bathroom light out, entered apartment, tenant not present. He underlined one sentence 3 times. Felt deeply wrong being inside. Mrs. Chen in room 6 has lived here since 1991. When I asked about room 7, she went pale. She said, "We don't talk about that apartment." When I pressed her, she whispered, "He's always home, every hour, and sometimes he repeats the same words." She wouldn't say what the words were. Instead, she played me a recording she took through the wall. Static at first, then a man's voice, calm, exhausted. "I can't leave. I can't leave. I can't leave." 2 days ago, tenants complained about a smell on the 4th floor. Not food, not sewage, something sharp, clean. When I stood outside room 7, it was overwhelming, but it wasn't coming from the apartment. It was coming from the walls. A building inspector brought a thermal camera. Everything read normal, except one spot behind where the bed would be. 58 degrees, in a heated building. He said, "Whatever's in that wall has been there a long time." At 2:47 this morning, someone knocked on my door downstairs. When I checked the peephole, no one was there. On the mat sat an envelope. Inside, $18.50 in cash, and a note. Rent for room 7. Please do not disturb. I reviewed the security footage. At 2:31 a.m., the door to room 7 opened 6 inches. Nobody came out. The door stayed open for 4 minutes. Then it closed. Michael Brennan died in 1994. Heart attack, age 54. His obituary lists room 7 as his final address. No other Michael Brennan has ever lived here. Rent has been paid for decades after his death. I went upstairs with the master key. The door was already unlocked. Fresh scratches lined the inside of the frame. Deep, frantic marks clawed into the wood. From the inside, the apartment was freezing. Every surface was buried in envelopes, decades of rent. In the center of the room sat a single chair, facing the door. The cushion still held the shape of someone who had just stood up. On the bathroom mirror, written in condensation that shouldn't exist, were the words, "Lease expires never." I can't leave. Neither can you. The door slammed shut behind me. I'm still inside. And I can hear footsteps in the hallway, pacing back and forth, back and forth.